Okay, today on Danny's Off-Road Adventure, we're going to be doing a oil change on a Can-Am Commander 700. We're going to be using a semi-synthetic 5W40 blend. This is their kit that they sell at the dealers. Highly recommend. It takes the guesswork out of the filter and all the O-rings and crush washers you need. The tools you'll need a 17mm socket, a ratchet to match the socket, and maybe an extension to help you reach. But other than that, it's a pretty simple job. Probably takes maximum 15 minutes. So without further ado, let's get underneath the vehicle and I'll show you where the drain plug is at. So underneath the vehicle here, we're going to be toward the rear because the engine is in the rear. And you're going to be looking for this oval slot here. I've already started the oil change here, so this is why it's kind of wet. Yours won't. Mine's dirty. I use my machine. I use it almost every day, so you know it reflects that. But when you're looking at the back here, you'll see this line here, and the easiest way to look back, and bam, you'll see this oval here. This is on the left side, by the way. And then underneath here, you'll see your 17mm bolt. Like I said, mine's already got oil on it. So don't freak out if it looks a little bit different. So mine is a 17mm. You're going to pull that off and the fluid should come out, should be brown. Now, if your fluid comes out and it's white, it's because you're too far back. You're on the wrong drain plug. That is your transmission fluid. That will need to be serviced at 1900 miles. For your first or your second oil, or first to second oil change, I would not worry about this guy here. I would just worry about this guy here. Do your oil change. So let's go ahead and pull that guy off and let him drain. So this part always makes a mess. Get it loose and then you can hand loosen it and it should come out. Boom, there's your oil. Mine's a little black. I think I might have, it's not too black. Looks pretty good. No metal on the magnet. Looks pretty reasonable to me. We're gonna let that drain. Another thing you can do too is you can open up the oil fill. It'll let that drain a little bit quicker. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so to get to our oil fill here, again, excuse my dirty machine here. But your oil fill here is going to be literally on this little tab here. So you can either lift your bed like I've done here, or you can just reach in through the wheel well here, and then you just pop this sucker open. It's got a good seal on it, which is a good thing. And that will allow more fluid to flow more freely out of there. Just let it breathe. So the next step is going to be removing your oil filter here. Obviously removing all the oil first will definitely help you. I can't really reach this with the camera in my hand, but you see this thing here, 3 different bolt holes here. It's a T27 Torx, and you're gonna loosen these 3 bolts. You're gonna pull this off. The kit will come with new O-rings. I'll show you here in a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this guy off and I'll show you. It should be snug, but not tight. So it tells you the tightness. If you're stripping these bolts out, something's wrong. So a T27, and they should just pop right off. So here, I'll be right back when I get this thing pulled off. Okay, so this is what it looks like with the cap off. You're gonna reach in there, you're gonna grab that filter element out. There will be a little bit of residual oil left inside this cavity here, but don't worry about it. If you be careful, you shouldn't get any oil spill anywhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the oil filter pulled out. I'm gonna show you what you need to do to prep the cartridge to go back in. Okay, so here we are on top of my toolbox here. We're looking at, here's the old filter, here's the new filter. This filter housing has an O-ring, which we'll have a replacement for right here. And then it comes with 2 of these crush washers here. You're only gonna use one. I don't remember which one it is right now. I need to go get the drain plug and then we can see. But I'm pretty sure you only need to use this copper one. This is for a different style motor. They sell this kit for a series of different motors. So it's kind of a one size fits all. So just keep that in mind. You're not gonna use everything in the kit, but you definitely use this O-ring, and I'm pretty sure you use this. Let me double check here when we pull that drain plug. So I double checked my drain plug here. It does not have an actual ring, so this kit is actually obsolete to me besides this red O-ring here, which I've already replaced inside the cap. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the new filter in. Make sure you put the open end down, and then I'll show you that as best as I can inside the machine here. We'll go ahead and walk over to the machine. Okay, we're gonna go back into that hole right there. I'm just gonna drop this in. Don't worry about the oil that's already in there. It's gonna seat. You're gonna feel it seat. You can just kind of like rock it back and forth until it's nice and seated. It's not gonna go anywhere. Just like that. Here's a better view. There you go. I don't know if I can focus on that any better, but it should sit in there like so. And then you're ready to replace the cap, which I'll show you here in a second. So a trick to getting this lined up correctly on the side of that thing is just put the cap on there, line it up, and then thread your bolts in by hand, and then follow up with your ratchet. So our oil filter is back together, and we are ready to stab our oil plug back in and finish this job. And that's a wrap. We ended up using, let me see here, let me find my little bottle here, the 2 quarts plus, I want to say, about 4 ounces of the little one here. So they come with, the kit comes with 2 of these guys. We ended up using both of those, and it comes with one of these, and I ended up using only 400 ounces or 4 ounces of this guy here. So we didn't use the whole thing until we were on the full, well within the full mark. I think that was the same way it was last time I did an oil change on this. So this oil kit is a full on, what they provide you is what goes in it. You gotta keep an eye on your fill level, but you can definitely put it in the full 2 quarts plus a partial of the small one. I'm pretty sure I still have another small one laying around. Eventually, if you do enough oil changes, you'll have a free oil change eventually. So anyways, other than that, it's a pretty quick and easy way to do an oil change on these things. It only takes a couple minutes. I think total we're in this 30 minutes with me recording, stopping, repositioning, and that's still an oil change. So keep that in mind. Pretty easy Can-Am 700. Thank you.